So, good afternoon everyone. We are going to report about the rainfall. So, definition of rainfall. The word rainfall comes from the Greek which means living instead of sea or lakes and rocks. Coined by German origins Ernest Haeckel in 1891. So, the term rainfall refers to the incredible forms community occupying the subtropical and all types of aquatic ecosystems, both land as well as freshwater. So, basic organisms inhabit the different water bodies such as brooks, rivulets, streams, rivers, mussels, swamps, reservoirs, ponds, lakes, and oceans. So, kanang bentos dahil kay kanang naglain na siya nga nakataw organisms sa dalawang categories ng mga parang. So, the importance of rainfalls. First, ecosystem decomposition. Rainfalls play a big role in the decomposition process, that is the flow of energy and nutrients shaping an ecosystem. Second, food chain. Basic organisms act as source of food to larger organisms, including fishes and aquatic birds. Third, water quality. Basic organisms are potential bioindicators of water quality and can monitor the health status of different water bodies. And lastly, the stability. This stabilizes the system sediment and prevents extension of sediments of water. He also binds the substratum and can introduce the turbidity and velocity. So, there are the classifications of rainfalls that first, type, second, location, third, size, fourth, mobility, and five, substratum, and the sixth is heating habits. So first is kalakuan, type. So there are two groups of type, the rainfalls and rainfalls. So, Juventus is kanang kuan. Ang sample na nila is starfish, kanang mussels o kanang yung ano na siya, pinasyon na dito sa mga. Then, ang example ko sa Juventus is kanang mga sea grasses. Then, ang second is location. So there are three groups of location, the endobenthos, epibenthos, and the hyperbenthos. So endobenthos, they are present under the bottom sediments of different water bodies. Yung example na is kanang oligochaetes, bivalves, and Pheromonas larvae. Then epibenthos is they live just the surface of the sediments and are mostly attached to the substratum. So ang example ko na niya is the tubols of the mga sponges. Then third, hyperbenthos. They live actively above the sediment floor and have capacity to swim near the bottom instead of attached to substratum. So ang example ko na niya is kanang mga rock fruit. So third classification of rainfalls, the size. Then the kapitulo ka grupo sa size larger than 0.1 millimeter. Ang mga kwanto niya na is kada mga nematodes, ciliates, adenids, cubic buds. Then ang mga kwanto na niya ang they can pass through a 500 meter seal but are retained on a 40 meter scale. Then lastly, microbenthos. These organisms are very small in size, less than 0.1 millimeter. Then ang example na niya is phytoplasmids, amoeba, mga bacteria. Then third classification is mobility. Then naato sa duha ka grupo sa mobility nga system benthos o background benthos. So, system benthos do not show any movement and are attached or fixed with the substratum. Then ang example ba na niya is kanang benthic algae o mga grasses, corals. Then ang background benthos, we have locomotory organs and they can either move slowly or rapidly on the substratum. Ang mga example ba na niya is frogs, mga stingray. Then five classification, the substratum. Natuwa ka grupo na one sa substratum sa epifauna o epifauna. Epifauna, they include the animals which live or attached to the part of or soft substratum. Ang example ko na niya is kanang mga millipedes or mga crinoids or mga corals. Second is fauna. They involve the animals which live below the sediment-water interface. They constitute burrowers and borers. Then the last classification, the eating habit. Then nasa type 5 ka grupo sa eating habit. The first is filter suspension feeders. And then under any filter suspension feeders is active suspension feeders. These show particles towards their mouth parts by creating water current, and the second is passive suspension feeders. These push through the feeding appendage and collect the deposited particles. Then the second is deposit feeders. These organisms feed on the particulate and deposited food upon the sediment within the sediment or the sediment surface. Then collicates and sea cucumber have tentacles to feed at the sediment surface. Then lungworm and Arenicola marina grows a U-shaped burrow and feeds within the sediment. Then third is herbivores. These organisms feed on a tree attached to the substratum as their python or leaf packs or detritus within the substratum. They are generally more in shallow region and have modified mouth, parts or scraping or bruising of food. And ang mga example na nito sa mga bears, people. Then predators, these organisms feed on the other leaf organisms of varying in size. They have a modified mouth parts to capture and consume their food. Examples that is oyster capture, bivalve, Putidaria, mga delicate glyceria, gastropods sila ang mga kapalit sa tubig. Then the last is scavengers. These organisms feed on the dead bodies or remnants of either benthic or pelagic organisms. Scavengers also nourish on carcasses as well as residue of other animals and plants. So, one of animal organisms is the mga preserved crabs o mga sea stars. So, that's a question to 1 to 10. Then,
One whole. Ay, mo.
Number 1 is, it comes from Margate, which means living in depth of sea or lakes. Then number 2, what are the 3 groups of location? What are the 3 groups of location? 3 groups of location. Then, okay na? Wait. Five and six, 2 groups of type. Type. 2 groups. Type classification sa Seven is, who is the German zoologist?
Charles Darwin.
Number 8, benthic organisms act as source of food to larger organisms, especially fishes and aquatic birds. And then 9 to 10, what are the 2 groups of substratum? Substratum. Components of substratum.